That's like 5 to 7 years. He probably wrote the blueprint and told them all to do that shit. Hey, man, I put the link in the description box. Come holler at me. You know what I'm saying? Before I get my ass back on the couch, you know what I do best. Deadbeat at best. You know what I'm saying? JJ Green in the house. You know what I mean? Hey, Professor.
This is the first time the Couch Gang has got to see Lulu. You guys don't know what? This is one of my guys that is down here with me in Mexico.
What's going on?
And he is learning English, and he's one of the people that's in the first year in the Fire Academy.
Hey, while you on here, tell everybody again about what you're doing out there in Mexico.
Okay. So there's a couple of different cool things that I'll break it down easy. Most of the veterans in the United States are going back to a fucked up country they don't want to go. So they want to stay overseas. But sometimes they catch charges because they have PTSD, they have no money, they don't have a VA pension, so they make stupid mistakes. So what I do is I put them in touch with the right people, representatives for the VA, to help these veterans get their benefits, get their child support in order, and then help them move on with their life. But the best part is that they come down here, I get them in shape. Okay, y'all know, I won't play around. You come down for a week and try it. I'll get you in the best shape of your life if you stay for longer. But he's one of the people. Sorry about that. We had a ton of dogs here. Will you do me a favor? And okay, so to break it down for you like this is an Academy of Fire Science here where I am right now. We're surrounded by 4 fire departments that have 50 or more recruits. Our team here is an international fire station. So all the people from everywhere, from Colombia, Pakistan, Italy, Spain, France, Nicaragua. So we get to travel around to Latin America a little bit and work and play and run around in casinos and do fun shit while you guys are still young and not getting in trouble because you're together as a group, you're in uniform, so people look up to you, people respect you. And I get you to that level because some of you guys are fucked, okay? Not because of the color of your skin, because of the stupid emotional mistakes we make with having mothers that are just hell of mothers.
Yeah.
Okay, Lewis right here is not one of those examples. He has a mother and a father. And his brother is one of my mentees also. His brother is now, ¿cuántos años tiene su hermano?
Mi hermano, 23.
23. So his brother's 23. And both of them started an organic, like micro business to sell things to the supermarkets. And I just told him, I said, look, no one's going to take care of you. You don't have a pension. You're not going to make a lot of money in the fire department. Start a small business, then brand the shit out of you being a fireman, having recovered from a hopeless state of mind and body. Some of you guys are friends of Bill, too. If you're alcoholics and you want to get off, whatever, we can help you down here because they actually have medicine. You can go to the fucking pharmacy, buy the shit yourself, take the shit yourself, and you'll no longer have the addiction in your brain. And the thing I was talking about, the magic mushrooms, that was actually a Super Mario reference. But it's interesting that you brought it up. It's interesting you brought it up. No, I said, look, listen, he knows because we have a ranch. And it's a training ranch, but it's also a working farm. And we have horses for veterans who have PTSD and they need treatment. So we have animals out there that actually help rehabilitate veterans.
Okay, let me ask you this. And I'm asking because it's new people here. I want people to understand what you do when you out there in Mexico. You don't have to be a military veteran.
No, if you're a man, you're a father, and you got some things that somebody's going to vouch for you and say, look, he needs to get some air. Take care of me. Sorry about that. These are actually service dogs. This is the service dog. The one that was yapping, her mother was my service dog after I got out of the military. She passed away, but that wrecked me, man. I broke my heart worse than any girl ever did. Oh, so heartbroken, man.
Okay.
But you know what? Okay, look, guys just come down here and start their life over. I'm not talking about going and running away from anything. Take care of your child support. That's why I say, help me help you make the right decision. You can do this yourself, but you're not going to know how to navigate if you don't have anybody ahead of you telling you, look, don't run away from child support. Don't be irresponsible. She's a bitch. Fuck that bitch. You're responsible for the kid. And it's yours. Listen, this is why they alienate us. It's because 30% of them are not ours. Get a paternity test from CVS Pharmacy, Walmart. Was it Dallas D or was it Gail at Night? Was it Gail?
Dallas D. Gail.
One of them.
Yeah, both.
Oh, no. Listen, we got to take her out to dinner when things are good again. I'll tell you that. She did us a solid. She went to the store and she took a video because I don't bullshit. Okay, I do not lie. At least I tell the truth, but don't lie. Okay. And she went to the store and videotaped at Walmart or Walgreens $24.99 for a DNA test. Okay, that gets your foot in the door to a lawyer's office. If you are having a baby, don't sign. You're not. No one is forcing your fucking hand to sign the paper before you go get a DNA test. I don't give a fuck if everybody protests and her family wants to murder you. Don't sign shit until you get a fucking DNA test. And if she protests, what the fuck's your problem? I want to know if this kid's mine. And if she protests, she's a weak bitch. She doesn't need to be with you anyway.
I agree.
You gotta put your foot down in somebody's ass sometimes.
Let me ask you a question. Do you have a Facebook page?
No, I'm not on Facebook.
Okay, because it's a lot of fathers' rights group on Facebook, and they could use your help. A lot of them on Facebook versus IG and YouTube.
I know.
I'm trying to get them over here, but
I guess tonight I got banned from Instagram Live for my terms of service shit.
Well, I know.
And it was for they're doing a roundup basically. They're just going around and super spraying all the fucking grass that's poking out of the fucking cement. That's keeping everything in order. Fucking assholes.
Man, they got me, man.
I don't.
Huh?
If you'd like.
Huh?
Now you've seen some of my videos.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a video that is still on my Instagram page of when I lived in Colombia. Now, you guys know the backstory. I adopted 2 children from Quibdó, Choco, Colombia, whose parents were deleted, what you say. One of them was an officer in the military, and I adopted his 2 children. And I went back to where he was from in Colombia, which coincidentally was the not so nice part. It's actually the poorest part of Colombia, where if you are a black man from the United States and you're looking for a natural, traditional woman that is actually very nice, that is actually not a bitch and is actually natural in every way, and if you ask her politely not to wear long fingernails, or if they do or don't want to wear tall shoes, they're really nice like that. And I want to warn you guys, you're going to be a little suspicious at first because people are so fucking nice. So I really want to warn you in advance to really keep your mouth shut for a while and just observe people. And don't drink a lot in public because a lot of shit goes down with alcohol. And in those areas, people can put shit in your drink and they will lock you inside of a fucking plywood closet with your ATM card. And they'll give you a drug that will make you willingly give up your PIN number, and they'll lock you in that box and they will suck all the money out of your account every single day until all your money is gone. And once you're done, they drop you back out on the street. And you're half brain dead by then because they keep giving you this stuff. And by the way, it makes you so generous. You tell them to get you are so happy to see them, and it's called scopamine. And I have actually taken it and directly, intentionally taken it. And it's in Colombia. It is an angel trumpet flower that is changed with a couple of different chemicals, and they have ways of putting it. Mostly, it's in the air, like in an aerosol mist. But it hits you so fast and gets in your bloodstream so fast that you don't even realize what happened, and you literally happily go with whoever leads you away.
So so before you get off, what did it do for you when you took it?
Well, I was actually taking it to see the actual effects of it because I didn't believe this shit.
Right.
And you guys should know, I was a professor of chemistry back in the old days. Now I'm a professor of fire science. So I wanted to know if this was bullshit because I got a piece of lot. You have no idea. Colombia is an export company, that a country that makes every single drug there is. And they're not a consumer of drugs. They are an exporter of drugs. They don't like what it did to the reputation of their country, what they did, the cartel did to them. They hate fucking drugs in Colombia. So if you go down there thinking, oh, I'm going to get some of this pure ass shit, and I'm going to be, you know what? You're in for fucking a rude awakening, man, because that stuff makes people insane. It makes them one way or another. I don't know. Don't be drugs.
Well, let me ask you this. So what did it do to you since you tried it? What did you notice the change on you once you took it?
Immediately, one of the people that was in the study group, he's actually the trainer that trains the kids with me in the afternoon. And there's the CrossFit Games, and I was a bodybuilder, so I was like 110 kilos, you know, I was doing 35 pounds, just jacked. And he was a little skinny guy, he's all shredded, and they were having an X Games thing, and they were like, hey, they're going to have this CrossFit Games. Maybe you could do like, you know, the big man, strongman competition. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. And I immediately like flew into this manic, like I wanted to sponsor a team, and it was like $8 grand. I don't have $8 grand. You know what I mean? I was just like maniac, like went into outer space. And I was so happy to sponsor this team. And I actually went around the gym asking people if they wanted to be on a CrossFit team. And they were like, no, that's kind of strange of you. We're all bodybuilders. Why would you ask me to be on a CrossFit team? It's kind of an inside thing for bodybuilders and CrossFit people to not like each other. But that's how manic it can make a person. And it drugs you up, but you feel okay about it. But you do not feel normal. But you don't feel all nervous like, oh, I'm fucked up and I'm out of my body. You just literally go like a zombie. It zombifies you. And they will kidnap you. If you go to Bogota, be careful. So I tell guys to go in teams of 3. You don't have to be armed. You just have to stay out of shady places. And there's no reason you have to go any fucking where. If you go to Panama, you go straight to the casino. It's like 500 fucking whores inside the casino. They're all waiting there. They're all dressed up. There's every color, every flavor from fucking everywhere. And they're like $100 an hour or a night. I don't fucking know. But you can gamble. You can play fucking roulette. You can turn into a degenerate gambler and be a sex addict all at the fucking same time, and then get on your ass on a plane through a taxi and go the fuck back home. If that's what you wanted to fucking do. That's what mongers do. But that's not what I go down. That's not why I come down here. It's not even like I'm so beyond that. I'm so past that. You know what I mean? I want stability. I'm in the righteous sphere now. I actually don't like to lie. I dislike dishonesty now. And I started to dress nicer. And I started to really develop more connections with men. Because men never broke my heart, for one. And really life is all about connection. And connecting with people who can help you in ways that you wouldn't normally, like, listen, XL Pros is like the dopest. This dude, have you seen his flooring? He does like woodwork. That shit's amazing to me. And then, of course, you know, Aviated Sound, man, that dude is like, there's so many musicians in these groups, producers of music and video. I'm astounded this isn't like a production company. It's so much talent deep in these groups. You should think about that, man. I think that's what Kevin meant when he said, you know, maybe we should have our own banks, maybe we should have our own, you know, people. He was talking about men. He wasn't necessarily talking about, you know, men and women. But I'm sure he was going that way. Anyway, this guy has probably made more to date in the last 3 years in organic farming, selling to supermarkets, than I probably did in 10 years in the military. So he had an idea and he ran with it. He got a bunch of shipping containers and put in air conditioning units. He took his first year biology, and I was like, well, if you go to mycology classes, you can actually learn how to grow organic mushrooms of every variety they sell in the grocery store, and you can dominate the market. And that's exactly what they did. You can go on their website too, and you actually go into the grocery store and buy their shit. And there's 2 brothers, and he's 18 years old now. Started when he was 60. I started training when they were 15. So Now this is the best part because I fucking moved away. I moved to Mexico City. It was like 3.5 hours to do rescue training for a year and a half. That's where we go down in the fucking tunnels and rescue motherfuckers are being stupid. That's what we were doing for a year and a half. His brother too. His brother does aquatic rescue and like diving and shit in the ocean. The rescue people are so it's like fun. And if you guys want to come down and try this and say, hey, I might be an ex-military guy, but I'm still in shape and I think I want to do this. And if you got a record and you want to go back to the States to become a firefighter, I could put you through the firefighter training that they wouldn't let you in the fucking front door in the United States if you got fucking 3 DUIs or some stupid shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't think that you should be disqualified for doing legitimate, $70,000 a year salary being a fireman. I think that's fair. I think that some of you guys are probably willing to get your asses in shape. I'll get you ready for the test. You go to fucking New York City and take the exam and, have your ass handed to you for a year. So if you want to be a fireman, you could be a fireman. Julio was a fireman. I don't know if you guys knew that. Julio was a legit fireman. And I don't know if you guys know this. You only need endurance to be a fireman. You can't really be a fat fuck. And if you are, I'd make you a skinny fat fuck or a muscular fat fuck or just a dude that's shredded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You won't be going to the Olympia anytime soon, but shit, man, this guy here in the next 3 months is going to morph in front of your fucking eyes. Okay? Because he's doing legit training 2 days a week. 2 times a day. We increased his calories by like 500 calories this week. And then before you know it, he's actually got more training gear on. It's like 40 pounds of gear. And he's able to run with it. So that's like a big improvement because the first day he probably couldn't do, 20 push-ups. Now he could do 100 without stopping. So, but he's a young guy. But that doesn't mean most veterans laugh at the kind of fucking workouts that we do at the fire department, to be honest with you. So that's why I want veterans to come down. Let me just help them put the blinders on for a little while so they can see that the fucking world is an evil outside. It's terrible that you would have to think that you're running away from something, man. No way. I was probably so passionately really ready to leave the United States because I'd lived overseas since I was born. And then when I went to Texas, I was like, oh, I don't think I want to live out here. I went to Miami back in the old days when people were really rude down there. So I was like, nah, I think I'll just go stay in Latin America. And so when I adopted the kids, I stayed in Medellin for 8 years. And I bounced back and forth between Choco because Choco is absolute poverty. And if you've seen my videos, you'll see how it is. It'll break your heart, to be honest with you, if you're a real sucker for little children being dirty and muddy and running around in this fucking mud, legitimately. So when I hear people say down in the mud, I've seen kids down in the mud. Y'all don't know what the fucking mud is.
I can imagine. Hey, brother, I appreciate you. If you think about maybe one day get a Facebook and do a group with your thing on there, you'll have a lot of fathers from Facebook, the Fathers' Rights Group, to definitely come there and support it. I guarantee that.
I want to tell you guys something, that Fathers' Lives Matter is the actual dude on here. And I think
Instagram.
Yeah.
I got his number because I told you he took my Instagram. I got he's supposed to came on my show, but our schedule has been we've been missing each other. But I'm gonna have him on the show because I've been on his show. Yeah, you're good.
Yesterday was 7 years for him. 7 years battling with the courts. So
yeah.
Mr. Palmer, I'm glad we're out of jail. You guys say hi to Lulu. Everybody say hi to Lulu. Lulu's gonna be on the show. We get stopping in when when we're here. Hey, you know what? When we go somewhere else, we have to be somewhere else. We'll do it from there too. So Peace out, y'all.
Peace out. Be safe out there, brother. Yes, sir. Right. Shout out to the professor, y'all. The reason why I want him to explain about his program again, because he helped out a lot of veterans. Most of them be veterans, but you don't have to be a veteran. Go out there if y'all want to go out there, visit, whatever, see what he got going on. He's definitely doing some work out there. I didn't know nothing about this blow shit in your face and putting shit in your drink and then putting your ass in a goddamn plywood box. So I mean, I only hear the good things about Colombia, and we talking about Colombia, so I know ain't nothing perfect. But I think more people should talk about the pros and the cons, not just you go out there, the women get down how they live, or they treat you like kings and shit. you got to talk about what places not to go, what areas not to go to. And I didn't know about the blowing shit on your face and
Me either.
throw you in a goddamn cage and shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, G-Man. Now G-Man, he left America. He went to
Canada.
Now Canada ain't shit either when it comes to this court. Matter of fact, I believe them men get treated worse, just as worse.
They do.
As us. So G-Man, he's from the baby boomer section.